Hi, my name is Eliah Prichard, and I'm actually a double duck. I graduated in 2012 with a BA in psychology, and then I graduated again from the University of Oregon in 2015 with my master's in couples and family therapy. And my career's been a bit of a wild whirlwind. I decided therapy wasn't the exact right fit for me, but I loved all of the knowledge and all of the kind of work and transformative work that I could do with clients under that education. So I moved to LA, spent 4+ years exploring and taking every creative opportunity I could take. I worked in the art department on films and commercials. I did a bunch of crazy art production stuff. I also ended up in interior design for several years, running my own interior design company and building houses and working with clients. And then I realized that honestly, almost all my interior design clients were going through major life transitions. And I ended up at this place where I was really in it to coach them through this life transitions, right? So like big divorces, big career shifts, big family changes, right? People who had kids that were moving out and they're moving into new homes, or they've been waiting to remodel their home for 10 years and it's gonna be the basket that holds all of their new visions for the rest of their life, right? Every interior design client, for the most part, is going through a major life transition. So once I realized that, I ended up just honoring that intuition and moving into life coaching and education. So what I'm working on now is called the Rebound Way. It stems directly from that idea that when we go through major transitions, when we're on the rebound, we don't have to be in dysfunction or avoidance. We can actually leverage that opportunity for change, make the most out of that tough transition, and find our highest sense of vibrancy in that state where everything seems like it's falling apart. So it's just fitting that ended up aligning with quarantine and COVID and everything that's been going on this year. Now, I just launched a course called Compassionate Boundary Setting. So I've been doing tons of research on compassion, on emotion regulation, and based on my own experience, I've realized that boundary setting really comes down to your ability to regulate your emotions, to get in conversation with them, and to gain as much self-agency as you can so that you can take up the space that you need to exist exactly as you want to exist. And after that, once you get to that point where your mindset is that you are fully breathing into your identity, the boundaries that support that identity will just naturally flow. So I wanted to give you guys some tips right now on how to start turning towards your emotions and making a little bit more space for them, because it's been an emotional roller coaster this year. I don't know about you, but it has gone up and down for me from the beginning of March, where there was really massive changes, right? Like the tablecloth being ripped out from everything that was in place, the rug being ripped out from underneath us. Major changes that put us into the fight or flight, that activated our nervous system, fight, flight, freeze. All of us were in high alert states of existence for several weeks, if not month plus. That's a long time. And then going through these adrenaline burnouts, these emotional crashes. And again, as we've been figuring out how long this quarantine and isolation is going to last, going through these kind of ebb and flow experiences of hope and disappointment, frustration and inspiration, it has just been like emotional whiplash all over the place. Because of that, there's never been a more important time to turn towards your emotions and to start to make room for them. And I'm going to talk about doing so by way of using compassion in your process. And this is why. Compassion actually runs on your neural reward system. So unlike empathy that runs on your pain system in your brain, which makes sense because you need to be able to feel other people's pain. I feel your pain, right? Yeah, we're all kind of in a state of empathetic burnout this year as well. But compassion feels for. So while empathy feels with, I feel that with you, compassion feels for. I feel that for you, and I also feel that for me. And that's what's beautiful about the state of compassion, is because both I feel for me and I feel for you can exist at the same time. Whereas that's not necessarily true for empathy, right? Empathy kind of focuses your attention and your energy on other people. Whereas compassion combines kind of a global sense of connectedness and equality when it comes to respect, attention, energy, love, all that good stuff. So the way I want you to start interacting with your emotions, first, just take a deep breath. Right now, we're gonna breathe in through our nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then release through our mouths, exhale for 4 counts, and we're gonna do that 3 times, right? This is just gonna start to level out our nervous system so that we can access our conscious mind and start to get into it a little bit, right? You ready? Breathe in. Hold. And out. In. Hold. And out. In. Hold. And out. Now think about the emotions, potentially the dysfunctional ones or the overwhelming, uncomfortable ones that come up on a day-to-day basis for you. You don't have to go into that emotion. I just want you to recognize its existence in your experience of life right now, in your day-to-day moment. Now, can you put a name to that emotion? If you can, if it's anxiety or frustration or abandonment or loneliness, put a name to it and say outside to yourself, outside, out loud, I am feeling blank. I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling frustration. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling sadness. And then I want you to find it in your body. Where is it existing? Is it in your stomach, in your shoulders, in your head, in your hands? Find it in your body, and if it helps, turn your hands towards that part of your body. And then imagine a light coming out of your hands that is full of compassion, sending that directly to that emotion, nurturing, compassionate energy. Even if it's just for a moment. Now, if that's as far as you get on any given day or any given moment, that is enough to start to de-escalate your emotions because you're turning towards them and you're making space for them. So neurologically, your emotions are going to continue to escalate on an open loop until they are interrupted with a closed loop conscious thought. So your emotions stem mostly from your limbic system, and they will continue to escalate bigger and bigger as they are avoided. And sometimes for self-preservation reasons, because it takes so much energy to attend to your emotions all the time, we end up avoiding them, especially in years like this. But I want you to pull in this opportunity to turn towards them as much as possible, even if it's just recognizing them, telling them that you hear them, that you see them, that you're listening to them in your body, and then sending them some love and compassion that shows them, I'm listening to you. I know you're trying to protect me. I don't have time to fully go into it at the moment, but I will come back to you later. Okay? When you do that, you take a thought from your neocortex, your closed loop systems, which means you can have a thought and it's not going to continue escalating it like your emotion. Well, if you have an emotion, you continue to feel it, it's going to escalate. It's going to take a thought and it's going to interject it into your escalation cycle. So it's going to help bring your nervous system down, bring it out of that fight, flight, freeze, and give you the opportunity then to self-soothe in other ways throughout your day. Self-soothe with more breathing techniques, taking space from what's stressing you out, reconnecting, journaling, exercising, whatever your particular method of self-soothing might be. But if you have an opportunity to continue to move forward through this, you can stay where you were at after recognizing, finding in your body, and then sending it nurturing, compassionate energy. And then investigate what the emotion might be trying to tell you and explore that. Get into a conversation with your emotion. What do you need me to know, anxiety? What do you need me to hear, frustration? What do you need me to know? What do you need, panic? Loneliness, irritation. What do you need from me? Any of those questions, when prompted in words, are going to result in answers. Your emotions know what they need. Your body is self-guided. However, we mostly turn them down. We shut them down and we close them in and we box them in. And we don't listen to all of these parts of our body that is really just trying to protect us, let us know that there's an imbalance between our mindset and how we're interacting with our emotions. And they're trying to tend to you. But when you turn towards them, they're going to start giving you the answers about what they need, how you might be able to make adjustments, and how you might be able to send some of that energy, some of that nurturing towards them yourself. And once you've done that, you're going to start to experience some space opening up emotionally for you, because you're going to start to meet the needs of some of your more overwhelming emotions by sending that compassion, by sending security to your anxiety, by creating more structure when you're asked to, by, some of your frustration or your guilt. Like, I don't know what's going to come up for you, which is why you need to take this moment seriously and turn towards yourself and really create the space to have these conversations. Allow the time that you need to explore them with your emotions. And anytime they ask for something, as long as it is positive and not harmful, I want you to offer that. So if they say they need to be heard, okay, I hear you. Say that out loud if you need to, or you can just have an internal dialogue. If they say, I need you to take me more seriously, or I need you to clean up your space, or I need you to stay connected with people so that you're not so isolated. Okay, I hear you. I will. I respect you. Thank you for offering me that. What else do you need? You need more love. You need more quiet time. You need more exploration and writing and journaling. What do you need? And allow your emotions to start guiding you, because they're ultimately going to guide you out of fear, out of stress, and back into your body as a centered and aligned person. And once you're done at that point, I always want you to end with lots more compassion towards them. Thank you so much for the roles that you're having in my life: anger, anxiety, frustration, guilt, whatever it might be, sadness. Thank you for trying to protect me. I'm going to take a step forward and do a little bit of that for myself now. So that's very loosely kind of follows Tara Brach's RAIN method, but it also adds in a little bit more exploration, and there's so much more that you can do with that practice if you want to continue building on it in your own time. But I hope you find that helpful for now, and that it brings you just a little bit more joy, a little bit more connection during these wild times we're having, and gets you through the holidays and the new year, because I know that you can make it. You do not have to feel just like this overbearing weight of negative emotion all the time. You don't have to feel uncomfortable all the time. There are resources that support you. The Rebound Way is one of them, but there are many, many other Instagram accounts, audiobooks, podcasts that can help guide you either through daily meditations or through your own unique journey in exploring a new way to relate to yourself and your emotions. In the meantime, I love you. Good luck. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for having me here, and go Ducks.